Well, hello again to all the boys and girls out there in YouTube land watching. Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another one. And what I'm looking at is from Beacon Brewing Company out of LaGrange, Georgia. That's right, another local craft brewery. This is Berlin Work. It's a kettle soured Berliner Weiss beer. It is 3.5% alcohol by volume. The IBUs are not listed, but with a beer like this, they're typically going to be less than 10. Very sour and malt forward. They're typically not bitter at all. So it does give a little bit of a description of the beer on the label here. Um, it says a subtly tart kettle soured Berliner Weiss. The Hallertau Blanc hops lend to a white wine citrus aroma. A golden straw color, it is surprisingly full-bodied with a slight creamy tang and light lemon tartness reminiscent of a dry brut or champagne. That's very interesting. So I've never had it before. As a matter of fact, this is my first beer from Beacon Brewing Company out of LaGrange. One of my favorite craft breweries is out of LaGrange, Georgia, Wild Leap. So there are a couple of craft breweries in LaGrange, Georgia. Maybe more that I haven't even heard of yet. But I intend to try them all. All right, so let's give it a pour. As you may or may not know, depending on how new you are to my channel, sours are one of my favorite styles of beer. Berliner Weiss, sours, gozes, those type of beers. I really love the um, sour component that you get with them, particularly the full-on sour ales, the higher ABV ones with that lactobacillus added to the fermentation. They're just excellent beers. So this one is a kettle soured Berliner Weiss. So kettle soured is a little bit different than your typical sour. Basically, people that do kettle soured beers, um, from my understanding, companies that do kettle sour beers versus your traditional sours, they don't have a lot of sour beers, and kettle souring decreases the risk of infection across your brewery, as well as I believe it's a quicker process to sour the beer because the lactobacillus in a regular tank, um, it takes longer for the souring effect to kick in, I guess. Not really sure about that. But anyway, I've talked to a lot of home brewers lately, so that's my best interpretation of the difference between a kettle sour and a regular sour. Anyway, there's the pour. It's a nice straw color. Pour with a two-finger head, which is dissipated very quickly. As you can see, the formation of lacing has already begun. The aroma, as you might expect, tart, little lemon, little wheat bread action. That's pretty much it. Smells good, smells light. I'm pretty sure it's going to be refreshing. 3.5%. This is probably the most sessionable beer you're going to run across. I mean, heck, even Michelob Ultra has more alcohol than this. It does smell good, though. So without further ado, let's get into this brew. Cheers, guys. Very nice. Um, very tart. You're getting lemon. You're getting some wheat bread in the middle of the sip. Some other fruitiness in here that I'm getting. It does have Hallertau hops in here. Although it's not bitter at all, I think I'm getting a little bit of character from the Hallertau hops that they use in here. White wine. That's kind of what I'm getting. A little bit of a winey note. Yeah, like a white grape. A little bit of a white grape note. And it does have a super dry finish. It's very refreshing, crisp, clean, dry. Sessionability, like I said, is going to be through the roof at 3.5%. That's just absurdly low. Carbonation is very prickly, very fine and prickly. So on the medium side with the carbonation. Super refreshing beer. Highly recommended. It's great. I don't know if I would give it an excellent rating just because 3.5% to me is a joke. But the beer itself is great nonetheless. I wish the alcohol was between 4.5 and 5%. Um, it's just 3.5%. My goodness. It's almost like they weren't trying to make an alcoholic beverage and then it fermented slightly. It got a little bit of alcohol and then now they sell it as a beer. But it does have nice beer flavor. It's a good sour flavor as well that you're getting, that nice lemony citrus note with that little bit of a white wine thing going on, which is unique for this style. And it is, like I said, super crisp, refreshing, dry, and enjoyable. So I'm going to go with an 89 out of 100. It's a B plus. If it had over 4% alcohol in it, I would probably give it a 90 or a 91, but 3.5% to me is just too low for this style. It needs to have a little bit more alcohol, and it would still be a very sessionable, enjoyable beer. So that'll do it for this beer review, guys. 89 out of 100 for the Beacon Brewing Company's Berlin work. I'm looking forward to trying some other beers that they make. I've got a few in the fridge now, actually, so I'm looking forward to trying those. I hope you're all having a great day, and until next time, everybody, cheers.